If you want your build to be a demigod in NBA 2K21, like and subscribe within the next 5 seconds. I wouldn't risk it. Yo YouTube, it's your boy Premier, back today with another banger, and in today's video we're going to be going over one of the best builds in NBA 2K21 next gen. This is a reaction video. Shout out to Day One, shout out to Steezo. I will leave both their links in the description, but while you're down there, make sure to like, make sure to subscribe to the channel if you're new, and make sure to turn post notifications on so you don't miss a banger. Now, to get started with this build, you do want to go ahead and start at the height 6'7". You can play around with it, you can go shorter. There are better guard builds at shorter heights, but the reason you want to make it 6'7" is once you raise this wingspan, you will unlock Hall of Fame defensive badges, making this build right here literally like a LeBron James, Kawhi Leonard, Kevin Durant. This build right here will literally be able to do everything. If you haven't already, get a good look at the attributes. 92 driving dunk, 93 pointer. I mean, it goes on. You can speed boost. This build right here is one of the closest builds in the game to like a one-of-a-kind demigod type build. Play around with the wingspan. The wingspan Steezo ended up choosing was 7 foot. 7 foot is looking very solid. You're going to be able to get Hall of Fame defensive badges, but just to be clear, these are not the build's actual stats. This is what your build can get. When we move on to the next step, we're going to be looking at the actual attributes. This right here is just the potential for your build, so do not pay too much attention to the actual attributes. Here at this next step is where your actual attributes matter. Make sure you pay close attention here. Next, to get started on the attributes, go ahead and max out your driving dunk. Now, as you can see, I did not touch the driving layup, and the driving layup was bumped up. Some stats you upgrade, it's just going to automatically upgrade other stats. It's how the build system works this year. Same thing goes for the three-pointer and the mid-range right here, if I'm not mistaken. Once you max out your three-pointer, it's going to automatically bring up your mid-range. Like, say for example, okay, they actually did it. There is no example. Look at the builder here. It actually raised the vertical too. You're not going to be good at dunking the ball unless you can jump high. So certain stats are just going to automatically raise other attributes. It's how the build system works this year. Once you upgrade your close shot to a 49, it's going to give you 5 finishing badges. I'm not gonna lie, I might have put those attribute upgrades into my driving layup instead to try to get that 80 driving layup, but that is not what they did. From here, we're moving on. Max out that three-pointer, and as you can see, it's going to raise the mid-range. Honestly though, you're going to need to max out the mid-range anyways. Hey, we got a follower. Yo, if you don't already, follow my Twitch. Link is below in the description. We pretty much stream daily. YouTube streams on the way, chat. You know what I mean? But from there, go ahead and upgrade your free throw to a 63. You want the 16 shooting badge upgrades. That way you have access to pretty much most of the badges in the shooting category at Hall of Fame. But from there, you're going to want a build that can get open. Of course, you can finish, you can shoot, but if you're a demigod, LeBron James can get open almost every single time. You're going to need to raise the ball handling. You're going to need to raise the speed with ball. And then from here, 3 badge upgrades for the playmaking is not near enough. I really don't think you need to max it out there at 21. I think 17 is okay. That way you still have plenty of room for your physicals and for your defense and rebounding badge upgrades. But from here, you can go ahead and do this a few different ways. I have seen like Grinding's build video. He maxed out his perimeter defense and steal. That gave him, I think it was like 13 defense and rebounding. But this way that Steezo and I think Day One did it as well, in my opinion, is better, because honestly, you don't need to be reaching. You should not be pressing the X button like that. You should be playing hands up defense, trying to get the stop. That is the better way, the more competitive way to play defense. So from here, you need to go ahead and upgrade your interior defense, max out the perimeter defense, max out your block, and then upgrade your defensive rebounding. So that way you can go down there and, you know, snag some boards. Honestly, if you want to take off the defense and rebounding, you can do that as well, but you need to go ahead and max out your speed, acceleration, max out your stamina as well. then you can kind of play around with it. But 5, 16, 17, and 15 is an amazing badge breakdown. You really cannot ask for more of like a balanced overall build. Next though, like I said, you can play around with it if you feel the 95 stamina, because you do, hypothetically, if this is the same, it's looking like the same, a lot of the stuff. So if it's the same, you get +4 from Gym Rat, +4 from the 99. Once you hit 99 overall, you're going to receive +4 to all your attributes. If that's the same, you're only going to need a 91 stamina, because once you hit 99 overall, you're going to have a 99. The stats are going to be looking nice, so you really can't sit here and play around with this. But if you do, if you don't think the defensive rebounding is important enough, you can go ahead and drop it. You can drop a little bit of the offensive rebounding as well if you want to go ahead and max back out the stamina. It's really just your preference. You do have a little bit to play around with here at the end, but besides that, for the Demigod, this is what I recommend. You're going to be 6'7", 7-foot wingspan. You're going to be able to do anything on the court. You can look at that 13 badge breakdown on the defensive there. I really don't think it's that necessary. Even when you max it out with the extra attribute upgrades, you can still get 15. You could go put that elsewhere, those extra attributes, but I really don't think you should. This is the most balanced overall Demigod LeBron James version of this build. But it looks like they did not agree. What they ended up doing here was a little differently than what I would have personally done. They did play around with it. You can drop these extra 4 attribute upgrades, because once you're 99 overall and the build is max, you're not really going to need it. Starting out, it's going to be nice though. You can do the build either way there on the attributes. Just go back, rewind, pause the video, do whatever you need to secure the right attribute upgrades for you and your build. Now here on the takeover, this is all preference. What you do here, it has to complement your play style. So for me, I agree 100%. Primary takeover, limitless range. Next though, these defensive takeovers look really nice. Extreme clamps is honestly what I would be looking at. This other enhanced jump shot contest is going to be nice. Honestly, some of these lockdowns, I want to see them get like extreme clamps and the other badge where you can drop their badges by a tier. That would really slow down some of these guards when the lockdown is in takeover. Not to mention though, these finishes, advanced gathers. There's another one where you get more contact at the rim, and then there's easy blow bys. I think the other one was finishing moves, by the way, or something like that. But easy blow bys is hands down going to be like a 2K18 blow by kind of experience. I feel that badge is going to be incredibly OP. Might even have to be patched. The shot creator takeovers, pull up precision, that could be nice. Ankle breaking shots, but I mean honestly, without playmaking takeover, how many ankle breakers are you going to get based off the ankle breaker badge alone? Not to mention they have ankle braces as a badge. 9 times out of 10, if you're on the threes court, any competitive game, a lockdown is going to be on you. I really don't think the ankle breaking shots is it. I think from a competitive standpoint, you could go double sharp, you could go sharp in finishing, or if you're going to be on the twos court more, I definitely recommend you go like extreme clamps and limitless range. It's the better version. It's the Demigod version of this build. LeBron James can play both ends of the court. Extreme clamps is literally going to make them pick up the ball. It's so OP. Exclusive animations to that badge. As you can see, you have built a two-way threat similar to John Wall. I know it doesn't get the LeBron comparison. It definitely should. Tell me what you think of the build down below. This is looking like a Demigod 2K16, 2K17 vibes. Like the video, comment down below if you're hyped for next gen. Subscribe to the channel and turn post notifications on if you're new. It's your boy Premier, and I'm out. Peace.
It's getting hard to keep composure, they keep trying me. I came from nothing, now they bumping my songs overseas. I remember when I first started, they